They're gonna make a fuss about the two of us. I want you around. I want you around. I want you around. I want you around.
Oh, brother. It's not a green light.
Bowie. I've got nothing to say and about 30 minutes to prove it, but that's all right because I'm not going to even try to say anything because why would I? We've got two acoustic guitars here with us being held, played, and magicified by Mike Reedman and Sean McCartney. These two buddies, I'm now honored that they're buddies of mine, and they're going to play some music that you are really going to like, and you're going to wish that you were here watching this live, and maybe next time you hear through the grapevine that they're coming back on the green light, you'll show your ratty selves up here and sit in this vast studio audience that we just built for you. So that's enough out of me. What are you going to play for us?
We got a little song by Townes Van Zandt. It's called The White Freightliner Blues.
Oh,
Very nice, very nice, very nice.
I'm going out on the highway, listen to them big trucks whine. I'm going out on the highway, listen to them big trucks whine. White Freightliner, won't you steal away my mind? Well, it's bad news from Houston, half of my friends are dying. Well, it's bad news from Houston, half of my friends have died. White Freightliner, won't you steal away my mind? Well, New Mexico ain't bad, no. People there that treat you fine. Well, New Mexico ain't bad, no. People there that treat you fine. White Freightliner, won't you steal away my mind? Well, Lord, I'm gonna ramble till I get back to where I came. Well, Lord, I'm gonna ramble till I get back to where I came. White Freightliner, won't you steal away my pain? I'm going out on the highway, listen to them big trucks whine. I'm going out on the highway, listen to them big trucks whine. White Freightliner, won't you steal away my mind? White Freightliner, won't you steal away my mind? White Freightliner, won't you steal away my...
That is the greatest song ever. Man, that is very, very,
The great
very
Townes Van Zandt.
good.
Townes Van Zandt. He wrote some of the best ones.
I'll give him propers, but you two had to pull it off.
Oh,
I
thank
mean,
you.
he's not here, so I gotta thank you for making that kind of music. That is wonderful. When you guys get together, you just throw a song out on the wall and say, "Hey, let's play it, let's learn it," or
Yeah,
Well,
how's that
it
work?
was almost like it was destined to be. Sean and I, a little more than a year ago, we first met and started. We were working together at the time, and we were doing like some introductions. And Sean asked me if I played any instruments. I said I play guitar. He said, "Oh, I play guitar." I said, "Oh, what genre do you play?" "Bluegrass." "Oh, I play bluegrass." And then one day we both brought our guitars to work, and after work we jammed. Knew all the same songs, and then we've been playing ever since.
I like it. I like it. I mean, that's just got to be a great, great feeling to be able to make that piece of wood and those metal strings make music. It just, I mean, you can never be bored if you know how to play guitar, I would imagine. I mean,
Yeah, I'm sure we both spent a ton of hours by ourselves practicing.
Anything worth doing is worth doing,
Yeah.
and takes time. That's very, very neat, and it sounds great. And I don't just throw words out there because you're sitting here. I mean, I would pay to hear you guys play. I would stick your music in my car and listen to it. Especially now, 105.5 is no longer. So I don't hear bluegrass music other than some of the CDs I have and all that.
It's too bad that 105.5 is gone. I know we both listen to it a lot.
They came, and I'll be honest, I know some technology. I don't know others. I don't know how to pick it up now. I don't know what kind of device you need to pick up.
They're running on the 88.5 HD channel. I'm not sure how you access that, but you also can go to their website, bluegrasscountry.org, and tune in online. They still have programming, good programming.
I used to like the Americana stuff. I used to always listen. I mean, even if I only heard a couple songs, one of those would be something that I would have never heard anywhere else. I was like, man, I really like that. Sometimes I'll go online the next day and see who it was and maybe buy it. I mean, so that's how I build up my little music, I don't want to say library, it's not like a hoo-ha, but my appreciation for different stuff other than the junk most radio stations throw at you just because they have to.
I think it's great that one, not only do you drive around listening to bluegrass, but you like it enough to bring us back here
cow,
and play for you guys. So,
man, this is I get the better end of this deal. This is great. I love listening to music. Anyways, what's the next song you're going to play for us, please?
I got one picked out called Salt Creek. It's another instrumental. So lots of instrumentals, or they call them fiddle tunes, make up another big chunk of the bluegrass repertoire. So
that's what fiddle tune means, is an instrumental.
Yeah.
I never knew that.
You can take first and last?
Yep.
It's also it's cool that you each take turns doing the more intricate stuff. It's like, it's a neat partnership. I like it.
Thank you.
nicely done. Very nicely done. When you play music, or think about playing music, do you envision yourself in front of big crowds, the Grand Ole Opry, things like that, or that doesn't even enter into it?
Oh, that would make me nervous. I try to just focus on playing. And,
Do you daydream? I mean, even if when you're not playing, like when you're driving down the road, when you go to bed, I mean, do you think about taking it in front of other people, or this is just your own personal enjoyment, which is wonderful if that's all it is?
I think just about, we played a lot of farmers markets together, and that's just about my ideal venue to play, because it's nothing, not too much pressure. Because when my worst thing is if the people expect you to sound one way and you don't fulfill what their expectations are, then that's when you feel the pressure and whatnot. So in a nice relaxed environment, like a farmer's market or here at the Green Light, is my favorite.
I'd have brought tomato. I'd have bought stuff from my garden if I knew you wanted to play in front of a farmer's
We
market.
got a little fire here. We can roast some
Very
corn.
nice,
We got
very
the
nice.
we got the stars out about around us.
I would point out the Big Dipper to Bowie, but this is more stars than Bowie has ever seen. I mean, this is not PG County sky. I mean, this is like Oregon coast sky, where it's just like a blanket of white.
Funny you should mention that, because I know later, at the end of August, out in Bend, Oregon, I believe is going to be meteor showers. Or
Really?
Sean, you might know a little bit more about this.
August 12th, Perseid meteor shower. August 12th, everybody, and then August 21st, flip them. You get the solar eclipse. So
The 12th
Nice.
and the
August 12th,
21st.
August 21st. Yeah.
The solar eclipse is a stamp. Have you seen the new stamps?
Yeah, the Postal Service
just
just
saw them
released them.
today.
Yes,
I
yeah.
just saw them
Very
How
today.
much are stamps costing people these days?
Forever,
50 cents.
however many forever cents.
Forever
is. I mean, that's all. That's all it costs. I love catching the random shooting star, but that would be great to be somewhere and actually see a bunch of them like that.
And you know what's even cool? Even on a clear night tonight, I know we get all the light pollution, but you can still see Jupiter. You can still see Saturn tonight. You can still go out and see those planets. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, no
Even with your naked eye, you don't need any fancy anything. So
Now, why Bend, Oregon? Is that just where scientists figured it was going to be the center of? I mean,
That's just what I've heard. Maybe
No,
not
I
as
mean-
much light pollution. I have some buddies that live out there, so they were trying to get me on out there. Maybe it's just some propaganda to get me out there. But who
go
knows?
man! You got your owl socks.
the
I mean,
owl-
that's the prettiest state I've ever seen is Oregon. I just thought it was beautiful. You know.
that's where my brother was born. He still lives there. So every time I get to go there and visit, I'm like, thank you for living here.
Oh, no
Like,
question. It's nice out there.
It's beautiful.
Man, please play us some music. That Bowie can't be here to shut me up and tap you on the shoulder to play again, so I will ask you for
Let's
it.
do that old "You Can Have Her."
Man.
This is a good one.
They're all good ones from what I've heard.
You can have her, I don't want her. She didn't love me anyway. She only wanted someone to play with. But all I wanted was love to stay.
The girl I love, she up and left me. She ran away with my best friend. She comes home after midnight. The daylight comes, she's gone again.
You can have her, I don't want her. She didn't love me anyway. She only wanted someone to play with. But all I wanted was love to stay.
Go ahead. Oh yeah. When you're in love with the wrong person, there's only one thing that you can do. Dig a hole and jump right in there and pull that dirt over you.
You can have her, I don't want her. She didn't love me anyway. She only wanted someone to play with. But all I wanted was love to stay.
Oh, rather have love for just 1 hour than to have the world and all its gold. You can have her, I don't want her. She didn't love me anyway. She only wanted someone to play with, but all I wanted was love to stay. Hey.
I know how the leg works. Beautiful, beautiful song. I love it. Because I'm watching your fingers, and I'm just amazed at what you guys are doing. This ain't Milli Vanilli, Bowie. This is these boys are playing the music that you hear. Trust me. Not to make you guys out to be guitar geeks, but how come the dots are different on your? Was it fretboard or what do you?
Yeah, I guess.
Like I just happened to look at the design, and his are all singles after 2, and yours are just very different.
I just don't know.
All right. Does that affect how it sounds?
No, it's just for your reference, because so I would know this is the 5th fret, I would know this is the 7th fret, I would know this is the 9th fret, this is the 12th fret, and so on. And we also got the dots on the side as we're going up too, because I barely ever see the top ones, but I see the ones on on the side.
You want to
here
tell them about
for Bowie
that
to
guitar,
see.
where that guitar came from?
Yeah, this guitar was made out in Montgomery County, Maryland.
Nice.
By a guy named Scott Morgan. You got his name across the top here. And I first met him because I had an old guitar that belonged to my dad, a Gibson J45, and it was a little beat up. And I said I was looking to try to find a someone to fix it up. So I just asked around if anyone knew a good. I didn't want to take it to the Guitar Center or somewhere like that. So I got recommended to go to Scott Morgan, and he was just the nicest guy. Expert guitar player, the best guitar player I ever heard. He came from a Bluegrass family down in Georgia. They have albums on YouTube and whatnot. You can check out the Morgan family. Unfortunately, he just passed away this past year. But I told him once I got, at this time I was just doing internships and whatnot. I didn't have a real job yet. I told him whenever I got a real job, I was going to buy one of his guitars.
Nice.
So finally I got those paychecks, and I went over to him and got this. So it's basic. I think there was one other guitar like this made. He made a bunch of guitars, but this one just has one brother or sister guitar, and it was the second to last one he made, I believe. So it's just a real honor to be playing it and have it, and I'm honored to be part of that legacy.
That is really, really neat. What kind of wood is that?
I know we got some mahogany and some spruce on here.
Nice.
I'm not sure which is where, but
that's all right. I like it.
And
It almost looks like it's sewn. I mean, the way the design
and then,
is.
so this is what really sold me on it,
stitched.
is the pattern around here is called herringbone. And each one of these little wood chips was inlaid one by one. So, I mean, just the
Good
craftsmanship on this is remarkable.
Now, you got to have a story behind yours, too.
Oh, there's really not. No, I just had this thing. The only story behind this has been everywhere. So it could tell a lot of stories, but where it came from, I got it back in California where I'm from, and handmade in Canada. But besides that, I mean, but it could tell some stories, I think.
It is Canada's 150th birthday this year.
There you go.
I forget his name. I want to say it's something like Clarence Guitar Jones. It's something old school like that. But his quote was, if he was a blues guitar player, and he said, if your guitar's never been in the pawn shop, it ain't even worth playing. Which was kind of it fits, you know. I like, what part of California?
I'm from the capital, Sacramento.
Very nice, very nice, very nice.
Breadbasket of the country. More fruit and vegetable grown there than anywhere else. So I miss
San
it.
Joaquin, what is it with the valley?
Sacramento Valley, but yeah, it's all part of the Great Valley, Central Valley. But yeah, like half of the fruits and vegetables in the country come from that part of the state.
I don't know anything, but I do know that California, of all places, not Vermont, not Pennsylvania, not what you might think, is the #1 dairy
That's right.
producing state
That's
in
right.
the country.
They
And I
produce
had
a
no
lot of
idea.
dairy. A lot of dairy.
I mean, it's big, of course, but I just don't think of Wisconsin or something like that.
No, agriculture, California. I mean, the water and everything, but they produce a lot of agriculture. So, and that's actually living out east. That's one of the things, because you can be harvesting or planting any month of the year. And so I definitely miss access to all those fresh fruits and vegetables year round. But it's a trade-off. You get the DC and you get all the good stuff there. So
I like it a lot. I like it a lot. I don't want to bore you, but when I went out to Sacramento for work, I was out there for 2 weeks, and the weekend in between, I could do what I wanted. So I rented my own car, drove out to see the big trees on the Humboldt State
That's
Forest.
where I went to school. I went to
All
school in
right,
Humboldt.
nice.
Yeah.
And then I love to read maps. I don't have the cell phone and all that, so I'm like, okay, I need to get back here. I need to get back to where I'm staying. I'll just take this road right here. It was the only, I think it was 20 or something, but it's like the only road that goes through
I've been
here.
on 20 many times.
I said, all right,
Yeah.
I'll take that. I suffer from the slows, so I can't go from my kitchen to the bedroom without losing like 2 hours, and I don't know where it went. It's just how it happens. So it was already dark by the time I got to see the trees, so I mean, it's already late. I'm like, all right, well, let me take 20. This road was like a roller coaster. It was up, I mean, it was the greatest road ever. I mean, I was laughing to myself, by myself, coming down because I didn't know where it was going. All I had was the headlights, sharp turns up and down, whatever. And at one point, I just got out of the car, probably just to stretch out or whatever. And I looked up and saw all those stars. And they had some wildfires out there, so I'd gotten away from all that. So it was just very clear and all. Long story short, by the time I got back to the highway, I was spent. And I drove as far on the highway as I could, trying to get back to Sacramento, and I couldn't stay up. So I pulled off the side of the road, went to bed in the back seat, woke up. It was just at the beginning of the morning. I look out on the side of that highway where I just happened to park was the biggest sunflower field I had ever seen. I'll never forget that feeling of seeing those, just incredible.
Yeah, thanks for sharing that.
I thought you were going to say you saw the goat man.
No, I didn't see the goat
No.
man. I don't know how he'd ever made it out to California.
That's a great story, though. I like that.
You just got a great state. You got a great place where
Yeah,
you
it's
come
beautiful. It's
from.
beautiful.
Please play music so I don't have to bore Bowie with my stories, but it's been great so far. Just saying, 3 minutes left. That's why I don't like time, because it runs out. But please play whatever you can, and if you has to fade away at the end of the song, whatever you want.
Mountain Dew.
This is Mike Reedman and Sean McCartney playing wonderful music, Bowie. We'll have them on again, so no need to fear. But thank you for coming on. You
Thanks
sound
for
better
having
than
us
ever.
out
thank
here.
You sound better than ever.
And thank you, Tom, for all the work you're doing in the back. We appreciate
Tom
it.
Allen,
Big
big
shout out to
money,
Tom.
Tom Allen.
Big money Tom. All right, let's do the old Mountain Dew.
Nice.
Down the road here from me, there's a big hollow tree where you lay down $1 or two. You go round the bend and you come back again. There's jug for that good old Mountain Dew.
They call it that good old Mountain Dew, and them that refuse it are few. I'll hush up my mug if you fill up my jug with that good old Mountain Dew.
Well, Mr. Roosevelt told us just how he felt when he passed that dry law through. If your liquor's too red, it will swell up your head. Better stick to that good old Mountain Dew.
They call it that good old Mountain Dew, and them that refuse it are few. I'll hush up my mug if you fill up my jug with that good old Mountain Dew. Come on now.
Well, my Uncle Bill runs still on a hill where he runs off a gallon or two. The buzzards in the sky get so drunk they can't fly from that good old Mountain Dew.
They call it that good old Mountain Dew, and them that refuse it are few. I'll hush up my mug if you fill up my jug with that good old Mountain Dew.
Don't kick that leg
I'll
out. We
hush
want you to
up
keep
My
playing.
mug
Come
if
on.
you fill up my jug with that good old Mountain Dew.
Bowie, Maryland, you have no idea how fortunate you are to hear these two boys play this music. Man, that sounds good.
Hey, thanks for having us out here.
Thank you, Dave. Appreciate it.
Pleasure is ours.
Thanks for coming. Do you think the real mountain people are upset that they name a soda Mountain Dew?
It's funny.
Because 99% of the world have no idea
Yeah,
that was a nickname for moonshine. I mean,
Right,
there's no
right.
way they know that. I never knew it.
Yeah, I learned it from the song too, but it's an educational portion of the show, I guess.
I love it. I love it. I'll never forget. My pop used to work for a down-home boy, and his dad was a moonshine runner down in one of the Carolinas. And he tells a story. He says it's a true story. He was driving through the town of Chesney, South Carolina, and he got pulled over by the police. And a small town sheriff comes up. He goes, "All right, son, that's going to be $10 for the speeding ticket." He goes, "Okay." He gives him a 20. And he goes, "All right, let me come back and give you the change." He goes, "Sheriff, don't need to give me the change. I'm going to have another speeding ticket on the way back home because I'm going to have a trunk full of moonshine. I ain't going to have time to stop. So let me pay you for it now and save us both the hassle."
The prepaid ticket.
Anyways, Mike Reedman, Sean McCartney, they're telling us to wrap. Thank you again for coming.
Thank you.
That sounds wonderful. Billy, if you don't yet have any Bluegrass albums in your collection or CDs, go grab yourself one. Preferably something in the old school, but doesn't have to be. It's part of America. It's real American music. No other info. I mean, it is America. It is America.
Definitely some influences from the Irish music and whatnot.
Well, sure.
But yeah, no, it's America's music. It's Bill Monroe, the father of bluegrass, I think, coined the term back in the 40s.
And East Coast, right? We can claim it. I mean,
yeah, East Coast Appalachian region.
Yeah.
And it's spread worldwide. They got bluegrass shows that broadcast from New Zealand, from
Australia, the guy, yeah.
On YouTube, I was looking at trying to learn how to play a song, and there were these two German